So next video, I'm going to take my isometric drawing and I'm going to start drawing out my orthographic drawing on the main section. So the first thing we do is we locate our origin. So our origin is where we start our drawing from, much like the origin of a graph. Okay, so down this bottom left-hand corner, I'm going to draw in on the grid. Let me just line this up again. I draw on the grid a little L, just to make sure that's where we start. So that's the corner where we start. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to place my rule along here. Now we are scaling up our drawing so we know how long each side is. And this front view is going to be this section here. So how long is that going to be? And I know in the real one, this is 60 millimeters, okay? I made that to the real size. So my drawing, I'm going to draw this along here, but this bottom section, I'm just going to draw the line all the way across because I'm going to need all this line later in my drawing. I've done a faint line. That's what we call a construction line that helps us to draw and line up and make our views. Okay, so I've got my first line there, and then I'm going to draw my other line that goes up here. Straight up along the grid. Not worrying about measurements right now. I just want to draw the kind of the axes. Okay, there's my markings there. That's my origin point. Now, I'm going to start by drawing the measurements for this side. I only need one side here. So I'm going to place this along here, measure my 60, it will be on the grid, and that will go straight up like that. Just another construction line. Okay. Like that. Once I've done that, I'm going to start doing my measurements across to make the rest of it. So I've got a measurement here, which will be 20 millimeters, and I've got a measurement here, which will be 60 millimeters. Okay. So I'm going to place my steel rule on here. I'm going to measure up 20 millimeters, make a mark, measure up another 60, which takes me to 80, which is here. And then that allows me to put some construction lines across my grid like this. You'll need to do the same. Okay, all the way along the page. Then you can see my first view is now visible. So I'm going to take my pencil and I'm going to firm those lines in with a slightly darker line weight. You could use, if you're really sure about yourself, you could use a fine liner, but I'm not that sure. And the idea is we have some really crisp lines. I'm not really going over it, so it's a rough line. It is just firmed in so it's nice and crisp. Okay, there we go. And then now the vertical lines. And we're also looking to have no overlaps on the corners, just a real crisp line done properly from edge to edge. Okay, and finally this one over here. That gives me my first view finished.